That's the sound of a cutting machine at Motorsport USA in Escondido. It's cutting Kevlar mesh one piece at a time. And then each piece is carefully sewn into a pair of protective pants that are made to order. Those pair of pants could protect a rider from serious injury.
I survived. It was definitely the worst crash I've ever had.
I had a lot of good friends that died racing motorcycles.
Wayne Boyer is the owner of Motorsport USA and a former competitive rider. But making competitive riding gear isn't his only business. Boyer says in the 90s he found another market in local police departments.
I was really shocked to see that they're wearing just cotton polyester shirts and pants that have virtually no tear abrasion strength. And these guys were crashing and getting serious injuries from not wearing protective clothing.
Now, 75% of his business is making protective gear for motorcycle officers across the country.
We have 5 woven threads on the inside. It's called a safety lock stitch. And we double stitch over the top. So we have far higher, over a 2,000-pound seam strength. So these police officers can hit the ground at 100 miles an hour and the gear doesn't disintegrate. It protects, it holds together.
In 2014, the Oklahoma Highway Patrol Motorcycle Unit adopted the Kevlar uniform. Since that time, we've seen it save lives and prevent serious injury to not only our motorcycle troopers, but other officers within the state.
The most recent customer for the family business is the San Diego Police Department. Motorcycle officer Matthew Zeitz proposed the uniform upgrade after doing a lot of research and talking to colleagues in other departments.
I spoke to one of the officers who worked on Chula Vista Police Department who went down at about 30, 35 miles an hour, slid across the road, and I looked at it and I couldn't even tell that he had been on the ground, yet he went sliding across the asphalt with these pants on, and the pants weren't torn, ripped, scratched. They looked like he hadn't even been on the ground, so that's what sold me.
Zeitz says it was long overdue.
I have pictures of the motor unit from the 1920s, and it was essentially the same uniform. It's very reassuring knowing that we're in a safer uniform, a uniform designed to be worn while we're riding a motorcycle.
And a uniform designed specifically for the officer who will wear it. Members of Boyer's family all help with the process, taking orders, doing books, and even measuring the customers as they come in.
Hi, my name is Wayne.
Joe.
Hi, Joe. Good to meet you. Robbie, do you want to start with him?
Boyer's son-in-law, Robbie, takes measurements. Out-of-town customers can get measured online. Exact fit is crucial for protection, and there's no mass production here. Every uniform is made one at a time, which means it takes time.
We have almost 3.5 months wait for a police officer when he places an order. So that's one of our biggest problems, is supplying the demand.
But Boyer says he would rather take his time and make sure things are done right. There was a time when manufacturing was done by other companies, but then one of those suits failed. Boyer says using the wrong thread meant a customer got hurt.
And we found out that the company ran out of thread, so they just grabbed the regular cotton poly thread. So basically, we really couldn't control the manufacturing, where when it was in-house, we could make sure that it's made with the right threads. Everything is correct.
So now all the work is done in Escondido by employees like Reina Valdovinos, who runs the cutting machine, making the perfectly sized pieces.
When I drive in, I saw people in the police wearing the uniforms, and I'm so happy and I'm glad to make that kind of stuff for the people. That one is that I spent 30 years here.
That's amazing.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're amazing. It costs $3,100 to outfit an officer with several uniforms, but those uniforms will last for years and could save lives.
And we get about 4 motors a month that crash, and we usually get a testimonial form where they'll come in and shake my hand and thank me personally. I've even had wives and kids of the officers thank me many times, and it really does make me feel great.
Kitty Alvarado, KPBS News.